love women very, very much, and I am concerned about elegance, I am concerned about glamour, I am concerned about perfection, I am concerned about really elegance. So through all this year, I really try to perfect my style, to think about women a lot, because it's very important when you are in this work to realize what women they want, what women they deserve, what is life today.
From an early age, Valentino Garavani knew fashion was his future. He launched his fashion line in Rome in 1959. It wasn't long before interest from a certain fan would catapult him to international fame.
In 1963, a friend of mine, she said, there is a lady that maybe you know very well, then she's called Mrs. Jackie Kennedy. And from that moment on, she became my very darling customers, and of course my popularity started to be very strong in America. In '68, when I did my first white collection, this collection has been extremely successful because every newspaper in the world, every buyers, every client, they came to see the show, they bought. And I think that really the Valentino's career in an international way started.
He gave also a very glamorous image to Italian fashion. He was the first to do that on an international level, and in the same time, he was very much part of Paris fashion. He was the only in couture who was on the same level.
That international glamour became Valentino's trademark, along with his signature V logo. Anything bearing that V was sure to be infused with elegance, feminine touches, and luxury, which also reflected the designer's own lifestyle.
I love Valentino because he really understands the woman that is rich and sophisticated, what she actually is going to go out and buy.
I find his clothes so classic and very beautiful and ladylike, and I know we all like to wear his clothes very much.
He's one of the most glamorous fashion designers in the world.
In 2008, after 45 years in fashion, Valentino retired in his own grand style. But his line lives on under creative directors Maria Grazia Chiuri and Pier Paolo Piccioli, still offering the classic Valentino grace to sophisticated ladies the world over.
I think that these designers really know the DNA of Valentino, and I think now that they've settled in, they're really giving a great expression to it.
All the elements of Valentino are being translated in different material, which is good.
Those elements are what the Valentino woman expects when she sees that V. The classic color combination of black and white. An explosion of femininity in romantic excess. The perfect sexy and young, yet ladylike suit. An abundance of lace. A unique hue called Valentino Red. And a couture-based precision and detail in every line. It all makes up the unparalleled designer DNA of Valentino. Ever since Valentino sent an all-white collection down the runway in 1968, he's been associated with that color. When he paired it with black, it was a classic combination that perfectly captured his sophisticated aesthetic.
Black and white. Black and white is typical me. I don't know. I always put black and white in every collection because I think you can create a lot, you can express yourself a lot in black and white, and if you are concerned what is elegance, black and white, the dresses, they are always quite successful because it's two color, non-color and two color putting together very, very strong, and they make the dress with lots of guts.
He's always been true to himself. He's never followed any trends. He's always been very classic and elegant and beautiful. and just, you know, his dresses are all dreams.
Valentino is perhaps best known for his romantic excess. Tiers of soft ruffles, gigantic bows, flower appliques. It's all purely feminine, frilly, and girly. But the woman who wears it is always strong and in charge.
What he's really known for is just an incredible feminine aesthetic.
You must try to find some little things, then they make the garment with a little excitement. For this reason I try, to think about little ribbons, little ruffles, all my buttons made with ribbons.
The way he can make a girl feel at night, he truly loves girls dressed up.
It's very funny because the gentleman that is working for Bloomingdale, the very important American gentleman, he came here and he said, "You are the only one that you can touch ruffle and they never look vulgar, or they never look too much, or they never look too dolly."
Valentino loved a woman in a suit, but there was nothing manly about his clothes. Valentino's suit is sexy and short, but always classy and ultimately very ladylike.
My little suit, very, very narrow, but sexy in the meantime.
He's so precise in his cutting, and he has such a rich expression in a way. I just think he was fabulous, you know, very elegant, very feminine.
I am really somebody that liking very, very much woman being very feminine and very sexy. I love short skirt anyway.
Elegance, pure and simple elegance. He defined ladies.
Valentino mixed his sharp suiting with that most delicate of fabrics. Soft, intricate, and refined, the lace on his garments reflects the woman who wears them.
The seduction from Valentino arrives maybe with a little jacket in velvet, but inside you have a sort of lace, you have some tulle, you have some little detail, then is always married with femininity.
He is fashion. He's the sort of the classic designer who appreciates beauty, who appreciates style, who is so familiar with what it means to appreciate all that is beautiful. And I think that he's given it to us, and he makes women feel good about themselves.
Every time it's like in awe, no, of such delicate, such femininity, such refinement. It's so soft.
You know something is a signature when it's named after you. In the fashion world, there is a specific shade known as Valentino looked forward to each season.
Red.
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 Red. The color red, obviously.
Yes, I love red. As you know, it's Valentino red. I put it in almost my collections.
Well, as always, I love the red carpet dresses in Valentino red.
And I love the parade of red dresses, signature red dresses.
For me, the classics were obviously the Valentino red dresses.
In every collection, I always had a red dress because I think it's a beautiful color. It's a very becoming color, and also is my good luck color.
With the retirement of Valentino, it's not just the loss of a designer, it's the loss of an entire color. There will no longer be Valentino red.
Valentino's perfectionism was always showcased in his exquisite attention to detail, from the use of French embroidery to construction and cut to fabric choice. Because of his background in couture, Valentino brought that master's precision to every collection he presented, whether it was his haute couture line or his diffusion line.
He worries more and cares more about details and having everything perfect than almost any other designer I know.
It's a collection that I thought was full of little details that they make maybe sometimes extremely simple things more precious.
That's the beauty of Valentino, is that it's done with such precision and attention to detail, and it's very beautiful.
Though he's retired from the runway, Valentino has left a huge imprint on the world of fashion. His distinctive designer DNA is as recognizable as his V logo and lives on in the line that bears his name.
He's done so much for women. I mean, he's had 45 years of just magic.
It's really just about a bow, about being red, about just pure, simple elegance.
That really is sort of his legacy, that he just really made women look beautiful and glamorous in a very kind of old world, old Hollywood kind of way.
The way that a really elegant woman would want to be.
Because he believes in the pure elegance. Valentino is somebody who never look at the magazine, he never think about what happened on the runway. He thinks about what happened when the clothes go down from the runway. I think that this confidence in himself.
In a world that's desperate to be modern and slapdash and hurrying on to the next thing, it's always advisable to remember that there are people like Valentino who really stuck to a way of working. That really meant when you use the word work, you really mean work.
I don't think any other designer has lasted quite so long, but still kept the same passion and enthusiasm for his job. And you can tell he loves what he does.
Always, and fashion must be always very feminine, becoming, and wearable for women. That's it.